Well, apparently some are more equal than others after all. Thank you, Google, for helping to illustrate that point. I, as an adult, cannot make a decision on my own because I live in the current year. And having to have that responsibility hoisted upon me is just too much. I can't, as an individual, decide what content I will and will not consume. That's a big boy decision, and it's better left up to the experts at Google. Simply avoiding that which I might find offensive and walking away is far too much to ask from me. Now I need that content removed preemptively. I need my tears to be spared because using my thinking thoughts is hard. Much better that somebody at a corporation decides for me. That's the life I've chosen in this modern age. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, Jordan Peterson had his accounts revoked. Not just his YouTube account. He had access to his Gmail account revoked. In fact, it was deleted. Worse yet, when he tried to file an appeal, the appeal was denied. Now, hours later, he would regain access to both accounts, but no reason would be given. So let me help clear that mystery up for everybody out there wondering exactly how he got his accounts back and what the reasoning behind it was. You see, Jordan Peterson is popular. Jordan Peterson has a large following. Jordan Peterson was able to network and get articles written about this event and bring so much heat upon it that Google gave him back access to his accounts to avoid a PR disaster. But that's not going to be the case for the rest of us because a guillotine is coming. It's coming right down on the top of our fucking necks. And we are all going to be laying in a ditch beside one another. Now, I talked about this briefly 2 years ago in a video entitled Wake Up, where I had said the internet was going to see a push to sanitize it, to make it into a safe space that both advertisers and government are more appreciative of. And they're going to do that by removing the problematic elements, by cleaning up the toxic communities. And we're about to see that push happen on YouTube. We saw minor echoes of this with the adpocalypse, where companies were pulling funding, forcing YouTube to cut revenue across the board. Because you can't just deplatform somebody, you need to demonetize them as well. You want them penniless and in the gutters. That's where they belong when they have a wrong opinion. But that was just a sampling of what was coming, because what's around the bend is really going to fuck your shit up. You may think you're safe. You may think the content that you produce is in the guidelines and that nothing can touch you. Well, welcome to the new reality, because that's not going to be the case for much longer. YouTube will isolate offensive videos that don't violate policies. The new limited state is part of its effort to manage extremist content. Now, in the article, it talks about how it's using an AI algorithm to remove content it deems offensive. That was the first push that they were going with. And how 75% of these videos that were taken down were done so without the help of any humans whatsoever. But it's the last part that's the most pertinent and the most interesting and telling for what's around the bend. For videos that contain controversial religious or supremacist content, but don't violate any of YouTube's policies, they'll now be placed in a limited state. The videos will remain on YouTube behind an interstitial, won't be recommended, won't be monetized, and won't have key features including comments, suggested videos, and likes. It says the limited state will start being applied to desktop versions in the coming weeks, and will hit mobile versions shortly thereafter. YouTube said that these changes are just the beginning, and it will be sharing more about its work in the month ahead. Altogether, we have taken significant steps over the last month in our fight against online terrorism. But this is not the end. We know there's always more work to be done. So let me give you my speculation as to what really happened with Jordan Peterson and what's about to happen with a lot of people on YouTube. Jordan Peterson's accounts were shut down in relation to this policy. His videos talking about religion triggered this system, and he was able to get his account back because he's a big guy. But the rest of us, we're not so big. And we're a whole lot more fucked. This is more than dealing with just simply controversial religious or supremacist content. That'll be the start, but it won't be the end. As the article said earlier, they don't violate YouTube's policies. It is simply their mechanism for removing anything they just want to get rid of. Want to talk about Islam? Not anymore, you don't. You like making joke videos? You like making fun of stuff? Forget it, comedy's out. You want to talk about serious issues like mass immigration from third world countries? Never gonna happen again. YouTube will find a way to not only demonetize your videos, but deplatform you. Either by putting you in this system where nobody can comment or like or share the video, or by simply taking away your YouTube account and your Gmail account for violating no policy whatsoever on the site. This is the hammer they're going to use to beat to death every channel they dislike until YouTube is completely sanitized. It's going to start off with this narrow band of focus, and it is going to expand more and more as the years go by. until nobody can have fun on YouTube anymore, until no content is allowable. And where are you going to complain about it? You're obviously not going to be using your Gmail to inform anybody that you've been banned. You're not going to be able to upload a video, and even if you could, nobody's going to see it. Are you going to go to Facebook? Zuckerberg's not going to let that happen. Want to go to Twitter? Jack said no. You're going to be crying in the wind, all alone, isolated, and removed. Welcome to the current year.